Interesting.
It's generally something I run from.
Is it really?
Shoot. Yeah. In my DC comics it is. Love doing stuff and the bars are really good. Yeah. I had clam chowder. For dinner.
I didn't know this album had lyrics.
Oh, it's got lyrics. I got you all the instrumental tracks. The Bears record songs. Roman knows. He got a couple.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, you like that fade?
I like the fade. I like the image. I like the image.
Well, how about this?
Oh my gosh. I do like this whole video thing, but it's crazy to not see you guys until it starts, you know?
That is weird. We're usually making faces right up until the go time.
A lot of visual gags at the Perfectly Acceptable Podcast, which is what you are listening to and watching, dear friends. Hello, welcome to the Comics Place Presents a Perfectly Acceptable Podcast, episode 403. It's been so long.
It has 3 weeks.
4 weeks. I've done this. I've gone through lunar cycles since I've been on this podcast. Transformative experiences. This is a podcast where we talk about comic books because we three gentle boys run a podcast studio in Bellingham, Washington. You can rent space there to record your podcast. And when we're not doing that, we run a comic book shop in Bellingham, Washington, where we get all the comics and then we read them all. And then we come here because there's important things to be done with comic books and your friends, like have a discourse. I'm Jeff, and I'm not wearing a t-shirt under this sweatshirt.
Oh, I have questions, but first I'm Django,
and
I
Django
have
the Inquisitive.
Questions.
Yes.
And you, sir, without a light on your face, who are you?
Oh, I'm Roman, and I'm not wearing skin underneath this shirt.
Oh.
Roman the Madrigal, Django the
7Xs.
Inquisitive, and Jeff the Shirtless are here. We've got a little Arthurian legend in the podcast today, friends. Django, it's worth mentioning that 10 or so minutes ago, before we were recording this fine feathered podcast, we told Roman that he forgot to read the Murder Podcast comic book that we wanted to talk about. And we were like, Roman, you should read it now. And Home Dog just started reading it in through the intro. He's doing it now. I respect the perseverance. I don't respect the priorities. Like, Roman, I'm here trying to do a show.
Yeah, but that's still pretty good. Still pretty good.
Okay, well, while Roman finishes the Murder Podcast, let's hear from one of our favorite people, William Elmer. William Elmer.
William.
And then there's maybe one
or
two
sorry, that's in the middle of it. Oh, wow, abort.
Wait,
it's all bad.
It's been 3 weeks, you guys.
Hey,
what did he say?
The episode number 402, my friends. Am I getting that number right? I just want to make sure I didn't miss a couple of weeks of the podcast. I don't think so. We've missed you. Welcome back yet again. Recently, I finished reading Kill or Be Killed by Brubaker and Phillips. And then I stopped and kind of looked at the little sheet in the book that shows all the other Brubaker and Phillips books. And I realized I've almost read everything those guys have done together. I think I just have The Fade Out, which I just started reading. And then there's maybe one or two small stories like a Batman one. And maybe something in the, another omnibus. And I'm almost done reading everything by Brubaker and Phillips. That's pretty awesome. And it made me wonder, is there a run out there from a creative team that you guys have enjoyed so much that you've basically read everything, or you're very close to having read everything? Turn Up, love you guys. Missed ya. Awesome.
Turnips love you guys.
Turnips love you guys. Well, okay, so I guess the first question is,
go on.
What are some teams that are like Brubaker and Phillips, right? Because you could say Kieran Gillen and
Jamie McKelvey.
Jamie McKelvey would be on that. Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, maybe, but they really only did a handful of like maybe 4 things together.
Yeah, Morrison and Quitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Hickman and Patera. Just a couple for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like Brubaker Phillips are sort of the gold standard for constant collaborators.
Rucka and Lark.
Yeah, I can think of 2 that they did.
They've got plenty.
Did they do more?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those 2. But like that
Lee and Kirby.
Okay, I've heard of those 2. Lee and
things.
They did. Yeah, they did. Claremont and Byrne.
Kirby.
Jim Kirby.
Jim Lee.
Oh,
Kirby.
Sorry, your audio sucks.
Oh, we're just sharing duties of bad internet this week.
Duties. Okay, so and that's assuming that the creative team has to be, like a joint 2 people thing. So like, I was thinking also just like, Morrison and Quitely together made me track down all of Morrison's stuff.
Right.
So, it depends on which aspect of the question we're focusing on. Morrison would be the one for me that I most vividly remember like reading and then tracking down everything that they've done, and not necessarily reading all of it because they've got a real all over the place discography, if you will. And I haven't read all 3 volumes of Sea Guy.
Well, you're missing out,
I guess.
Will Elmer in the chat just said Lemire and Sorrentino.
There you go.
That's a good one.
There you go.
I would say with the exception of Lee and Kirby, I think I've read almost everything from everybody we've mentioned.
I have big holes in a lot of everything I do. But yes, huge giant holes. I don't know if there's audio with that or just you pantomiming a giant donut, everybody. Morrison is the one that I vividly remember, like within the industry of comic books, being thrown down a rabbit hole like early on, where I tracked down everything that I could from them. Wade a little bit too.
Yeah.
Bendis.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Bendis was a big one also early on in the comics, like, because I think another governing force for this is like who has a bibliography large enough to do this with, right?
Yeah.
Bendis is certainly one that has like a ton of things in it, and it's kind of fun to get familiar with it and dive and find all these things.
I mean, if you take out one creator and do just like a single creator, I'll bet I've read nearly everything Lemire has done.
I think you have. That's true.
A couple of superhero holes and maybe some early indie stuff, but I will read what he puts out.
For better or worse, if I'm not vibing with something, I won't finish it. Roman, what about you? You?
Well, I was thinking, I don't know. It's hard to say because Wade's done so much, but I think I've read probably everything by Wade, except for maybe some kind of weird little independent publisher thing.
That was Roman just realizing he's not wearing pants.
Whoa! What's going on down there?
No, I'm trying to figure out why I just got a low battery notice, but everything's plugged in.
It's
my phone.
It's all a mystery.
It's all a mystery. Hey, Will, thanks for checking in. Yeah, you go grab that. Yeah. I'm gonna continue talking to my friend Will, like he's in the room with me. Will and I are joined at the hip. Wow. Okay, so Will, thanks so much for sending us an email and a voicemail. That was great, and we would love for other people to be willing to do that. Just be willing. Just like, just you got a little time to spare? Come on. I'm out here on the corner asking for an email. Django?
Did Roman just say, yeah?
Yeah, he may well have. That'll be something for Andrew to figure it out while editing. You can contribute to the podcast by sending an email or a voicemail to jeff@thecomicsplace.com. It's a fancy, sophisticated, streamlined way to digitally share correspondences with each other, including audio recordings. That's not why we're here. Why we're here is to talk about comics. Django, take me away.
Jeffrey, I think we need to talk about a comic called Murder Podcast.
Do you think there's any chance Roman read it?
I think there's a good chance Roman read part of it for sure.
Okay.
This is by Jeremy Hahn and Mike Tisserand. And while I find my copy, we can talk about how they gave away free ash cans with it this week, and free
I don't like that. Give me a different talking point.
How about
give me another
earplugs?
Suggested talking point.
Free earplugs for
how
a
about
comic.
this one?
That was
I got
awesome.
a better one. This
All
is
right.
a new publisher, Ignition Press, that Django and I have been quite excited about. And one of the cool things about each issue is that they're individually numbered. Look at, I got 1007. That's cool.
I got 4039. So they're
Roman
also scrambled.
Just left. Roman full on left. It's always hard with that little guy, you know? And when he's not feeling it, he just goes.
I'll let him in if he lowers himself to join us again.
Yeah. So Ignition Press, this is cool because the people who started this are notably Philip Sablick, a big we're big fans of Philip, you could say. But he was, what was his role at Boom Studios?
I don't know, the prince of everything.
Yeah, he was the prince of everything at Boom Studios when they were like had the big come up and like the heights that we saw Boom at. A lot of that was because of Philip. Jeremy Hahn is one of the other founding members of this company who has done The Beauty, who's just being turned into a TV show. He's a fantastic artist and writer. Colette and I are huge fans of his. And then Jamie Rich and another fella. Eric, most notably, they brought us to a high-rise room in New York City almost a year ago. And they gave us fancy whiskey, and we got to talk with them about this. It's just been very cool for whatever reason. They've given us some cool allowances to see some behind-the-scenes stuff as they are getting this whole comic publishing thing set up. And now it's finally here.
And I don't know about you.
What? No.
Oh, Jesus.
Go on.
Come on. Cheese and crackers. I listened to a lot of podcasts, Jeff, and I thought that this was really interesting because I could recognize a lot of the banter that they had in the podcast.
I didn't like whether the way you just talked indicated to me that you don't listen to many podcasts. But yes, definitely. There is a period in this issue where we get to hear inside of a podcast that some people are listening to, and especially the ad reads are, man, we probably all experience a lot of podcast ad reads, except for not on the Perfectly Acceptable podcast.
So the idea here, we should get advertisers. The idea here is that there is a podcast or maybe a podcast network, if you know what I mean. And because you're listening to this, I know that you know what I mean.
Yep.
There's a podcast that when people start listening to it, they start murdering people. And so the beginning is just this lady making dinner and listening to a podcast. And then her boyfriend or husband shows up and she kills the heck out of him.
Yeah. She like jumps on his back and stabs down into him from his shoulders. And like, that hurts.
Yeah. And then we meet up with a group of friends. What is it? Like five women who like hanging out with each other and listening to murder podcasts. And then we just get a little bit of character development and then another murder or maybe attempted murder. We haven't seen the final blow yet, but I like this. I thought that the blood and guts were really good. I thought that the character development was pretty solid with the other cast members. I like the flirty scene in the coffee shop.
Yeah, you liked a kind of romancy scene.
Yeah, I thought it was really well written.
You enjoyed a meet cute. Wow, that's surprising to me.
Okay, I can't tell if you're messing with me. Are you?
Dude, Roman is shrouded in shadows, and it's very like, oh yeah, the mysterious one. I totally agree. Jeremy Hahn, especially for writing as many. He's written quite a few things with a variety of casts. He's very good at writing characters in a way where their dialogue is believable. Like there is oftentimes within comics, you're like, oh, this is a person who spends a lot of time inside writing people's dialogue and not necessarily having dialogue with them. And within this issue, like Django said, we're introduced to 5 sort of protagonists. You get like a little tiny sentence or 2 about each of them, but it's very like succinct, and you get a real strong vibe for each of their personalities throughout it. And the thing that's nice about listening to a podcast is sort of bouncing off of the other personalities of the people that you are listening to without needing to contribute. In doing, this, it's a similar thing. You're getting to bounce off of these characters who are having a natural interaction with each other, and it feels real. And I like the art in it. And Jeremy Hahn's really great at coming up with pitches for books that I hadn't thought of that like make a lot of sense. Like The Beauty is like a sexually transmitted disease of beauty, but then it's destructive. Or like this one, a murder podcast that gets people to murder people. You're like, oh yeah. They always seem to work. Yeah, exactly. So I dug it. Roman, were you able to shove this thing in your gob?
No, I'm only halfway through.
Oh, okay. Well, say no more. Why don't you jump in with us? How have you?
Oh, that's everybody watching us booing Roman for only being halfway through.
It sounded like a train whistle at first.
The very first audio sound file that you used from the soundboard is people booing us. That's the first one.
I'm not very good at this.
No, you'll get better.
It was a steam train.
I like that. Really good.
It wasn't even booing. It was a steam train.
How do you feel about the first half so far?
It's all right. I was, I was listening to you guys and trying to read this at the same time, and it kind of, it's fine.
Roman, join our podcast. Watch us read comics together.
Yes.
I got to the part where they're standing outside on the sidewalk, and there's a truck.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, you'll finish it later, big guy, and then we'll give you your snacks. We're going to get you some orange slices. It'll be good.
Yay, orange slices. No pulp.
Yeah, Roman doesn't like pulp.
Slices are made out of pulp,
It's been like 3 or 4 weeks. We're getting back in the swing of things. I guess podcasting is a muscle. Holy crap.
Okay, hang on. I have a question.
Okay, what do you got, big guy?
Just because I need to interrupt you.
Yeah.
There's a panel about halfway through, and it's got the 4 of the girls talking, and then somebody behind them taking a picture or something, and it says, "You're a phoenix."
Yeah.
I'm showing it to you on the screen.
Yeah.
What is going on with the perspective there? Is that woman 15 feet tall? Is somebody? Is she standing on something? Are the other people like?
It's an excellent question, Django. If you look to the panel on the top left of the opposing page, you can see that same character is standing on something that is an elevated surface.
Oh, so it's just colors in the background.
Looks like
there should be gray instead of dark gray.
Yep, looks like maybe some a color, because you're right. Yeah, that perspective. I did not catch that, but that is a little long.
Thank you. I'm glad she's standing on something.
Yeah, she's standing on this thing that the rest 2 of them are sitting on.
Yeah.
But the color's screwed up.
I have another question.
Okay, cool. Because then I've got one.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
No.
Okay. So one of the promotions for this was handing out earplugs.
Right.
Most people listen to podcasts with earbuds.
Right. I think that this podcast auditorially can possess you or cause you to do terrible things. So those will protect you from it.
Well, but if you just don't put, What was your question?
Do the various promotional things about this book. In the back, we've got Welcome to Curious Haunts with Jeremy Hahn. We've been expecting you with a QR code, and it looks like some video elements.
Yeah.
Is it maybe making cocktails?
He was telling us about this. Yeah, at Emerald City. I can't quite remember the details, but I think it's his podcast about like ghosty places.
Okay.
And maybe whiskey, but that might have been a separate conversation. I think it is also cocktails.
We do like whiskey.
He's a whiskey man.
And I like this book a lot. It's a great entrance for a new publisher. I'm excited to keep up with them and read all of the books that they put out. Good folks. Murder podcast scores 1 to 10.
Oh, buddy. I'm going to give the entire issue of Murder Podcast
a
9.0.
Okay. I'm going to give Murder Podcast number 1 a 9.0 as well, the whole thing.
Roman, what would you give half of Murder Podcast? And keep in mind that I don't have a 4.5 preloaded if you're going to try to weight it by page or something.
Well, for the half I've read, I'll give it a 4 so far, which
I don't have that
loaded
go up either. So that sounds like an 8 to me. We're going to say you're going to give it an 8.
Do you have to load potential scores? Because I don't like that lack of freedom. What if I wanted to say 2? Are you ready for that?
Well, I would build it. But
okay,
like, when was the last time any of us really gave something less than a 6.5? So I just don't want a huge list of stuff that I have to click on and scroll past in order to put titles up.
I
You know what I
hear it.
mean? You know what
No,
I'm saying?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Huge list. We only go to 10. What?
Loved
That's
Murder
20
Podcast
things.
That's 20.
and love Ignition Press more than I like both of you guys right now.
Hell yeah.
Also loved Absolute Batman number 12. Spoilers for all the comics that we're talking about this week, but particularly Absolute Batman number 12. If you don't want to have these comics spoiled for you, we're not trying to be malicious about it, but we're going to talk about these things, and therefore you should run away if that bothers you. Absolute Batman, 12 issues. That means we've done at least 12 months of Absolute Universe living. We're here. This is a home. It's not even like a new thing anymore. We've lived in this house for a year. You should know where the silverware is.
You should have painted those walls by now.
Yes, exactly. Okay. I don't have any criticisms about Absolute Batman at all, except for this is my only closest thing. They do some color changing stuff to show when it's a flashback or when it's the main thing you got going on. And there's a lot of time jumping in these issues. And sometimes that's not super, super clear where and when the sequence of events is.
That's just Scott Snyder, man.
Yeah, you're right. And it's not even worth mentioning because this book goes whole hog on Absolute Batman. And so the last few issues, Batman had gotten, captured by Bane. He spent a whole issue trying to get out. I can't remember exactly how he did get out. It seemed like Batman was just losing his mind. It's like he was there for like months and stuff.
He just like jump out of a window or something.
Finally dipped out. Croc helped probably some way. But when he gets out, he kind of goes and visits the old people he knew in his world. And everybody that knew him has had their life irrevocably effed up by Bane since then. Like horrendously so. And all those friends that had the names of the bad guys that we knew that we've just been hanging out with and been like, well, what if they don't become bad?
Mm-hmm.
They become bad, probably. And it's because Bane is just a bad guy. But what I liked about this is that Batman, in my mind, has one of the two best rogues galleries in comics.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I would say, like, Joker's probably like his arch nemesis, but that's kind of weighted by severity of things and time and intensity and, involvement in the best stories. But like, I think it's probably debatable. I love the idea that in this Absolute Batman, there's like a arch bad guy, and it is Bane. Like, he's the guy, and maybe that's not the case moving forward, but for right now, in the small enough 12 issues that we've got, he's like easily the most horrible force and motivating thing in this Batman character's continuity.
Yeah, pretty amazing to have. I mean, I never, other than the Tom King run, I never really felt like Bane was a real threat, even though he broke Batman's back. Like, that always seemed kind of goofy to me, even in the 90s. So to have Bane be literally the dude who wins here, because he has messed up Bruce's friends so bad. That penguin shot is upsetting.
Yeah, that's just a crumple. That's a crumple of a human.
Yeah, it's a wadded up spitball of a penguin looking dude.
Roman, who is your favorite person to have been destroyed by Bane in this? Of all the ways people got destroyed in here, what was your favorite little Bane piece of art?
I'm trying to remember because I don't have a copy because I read that last week.
Oh, right. No, you didn't. It was this week.
No, it was last week.
It's fine.
I'm trying to remember. I think I liked Riddler the worst because he seems fine, and then Batman walks in the room and his head is opened up and he's got stuff plugged into his brain, and that just kind of booked me out the most.
Yeah,
and he's screwdrivering his eyes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It was such a good way of turning all of Bruce's buddies into, the horrible villains we love.
Meat. They just got turned into meat.
I was trying to avoid saying meat, but yes.
They do, like, the Riddler does have an exposed brain. Like, he's got a case. Yeah. He's got a case of the exposed brain. You can't do that, can you?
I didn't think you could. Yeah, once you get all the dust and crap in it, hair,
poop in it. Thank you.
Yeah,
poop in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a question.
What?
The splash page that says abomination.
Yeah.
That's got somebody throwing a burning plastic chip. That
Like
must be to Two-Face, right?
Yeah.
So we just kind of cut from Batman wishing that his friend Waylon was still there to Two-Face getting messed up to
That's
a
the
flashback.
flashback thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
it's jumps.
That was like my biggest problem with the Dark Knight Rises too. Right? Like it just didn't tell us how long it took Batman to get back to Gotham after he crawled out of the pit. And it's something that I think Scott Snyder really leans on pretty often, and asks his artists to do a lot of heavy lifting to tell you when a story's happening.
What I love is, and I mean this in a positive way, it is not being too precious about the source matter or paying too much respect to it. Like, it is like, yeah, we got a guy named Bruce that's a Batman, fights bad guys, and here's some other bad guy names. But as far as like what is going to happen to these people, that you really don't know at all from issue to issue. There's no sense of, well, they can't do that or they won't do that.
Right.
Like in the previous issue, I thought his arms got ripped off.
I believe that his arms got ripped off. That's a good misdirection.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. And this was a This Week book, Roman, you coward.
It was? Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I read it on Tuesday.
Last week was Batman #1. But anybody got well, we're going to talk about that too, because that was a last week book that we are putting in this stack. I gave this one a 9.5.
That's exactly what I gave it, Jeff.
Django, buddies.
Brain sharing. Our exposed brains are touching. What about you, Roman?
I'd give it 9 inches a crock. Yeah.
Whoa! Streaming live on Facebook.
It's a real bummer.
Yeah,
real bummer, buddy.
We used to. Hey, Roman, what's a book that you want to talk about this week? Take me to the river.
Felix is giving it a 9.5 as well. How does it feel being back there at the 9 table, Roman?
What? I thought we're you guys are at the 9 table too, aren't you?
Well, 9.5 and 9 are technically different tables.
I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're half of the same table.
All right, Roman. What
should we go to? What should we go to?
That's
oh my gosh.
What we're asking you.
That was your one job.
Let's go to Superman, the Kryptonite Chronicle.
Oh,
somehow I knew that's where you were going.
So at first I didn't think this was a great cover, and then I read the issue and it's a really good cover.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome cover.
Yeah.
These guys, man.
Oh,
this comic.
The art is looking so good. He's really great at superhero art, which, having done Ice Cream Man as long as he have, like, especially when he's doing superhero stuff, it looks a lot more like that Frank Quitely school to me, and I just absolutely adore it. This one, Superman gets exposed to one of these new types of kryptonites, and what's it do? It just makes him big. It makes him real big. And that can be a problem because sometimes you shouldn't be so big. Like Roman, he got too big for the video call. He exploded through, and we never saw him again. And we all missed him and told stories about him. And Batman, in an attempt to solve this problem, solves the problem for the most part. There was the kind of unique storytelling flow in this issue where we started near the end of the story and then jump backwards and move forward up to that spot. And I was trying to that's a more interesting way to tell a story for sure, but I don't know if narratively the story super benefited from that.
Well, I mean, I think, look at where it would have started otherwise. This is Batman and Superman talking.
Yeah.
Pages and pages. So
it's definitely a more interesting way to sequence events.
Yeah, like a cold open. It's really Silver Agey. And aren't there some references to Silver Age shenanigans in this?
No.
Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking about Action Comics with Superboy.
Okay.
Or the Superman thing with Superboy.
Does he also get big in Action Comics?
No, but Superboy is really aware of being in a comic almost. It's just like a super meta sort of time travel-y thing. But this one, Yeah, I appreciated the size and the like kind of the mystery of, not even the mystery, just the whoa, that's awesome. How did we get here? Did I blink and miss something? And then you go back and get the long version of how you get there, because it also gave them chances to set up a couple of really stupid jokes about spreadsheets and pivot tables.
Yeah, I was like, that's some Django dialogue right there. We got pivot tables. There's a sequence, like a sentence in there that is one of my favorite lines of dialogue of the week.
Is it the pivot table one?
Probably. Let me find it because it's a great line of dialogue.
Roman, do you have any insights about what we're seeing here? Like, obviously the Lex Luthor suit is like a superpowers era suit, right?
Yeah. Well, I just love the whole thing is such a Silver Age homage, with him growing giant size and the different kryptonites, and the power suit from the 80s. And I was surprised to see Atom Smasher, and then maybe realize, wow, DC, unlike Marvel, DC doesn't have a whole lot of, grow giant size characters.
DC's more of a shower company.
Yeah.
They are.
There's Gigantha and Atom Smasher, and that's it. And Colossal Boy.
Roman, I got a comic question for you.
Uh-huh.
What's the deal with Chemo? Who's that guy?
I love the way they use Chemo in this. He's a big, somehow sentient vat of chemicals, which, like they say it here, is sometimes radioactive and sometimes not.
And Superman drank him?
Yeah, that. Oh my God, that was so Silver Age and ridiculous. It's like I was half expecting Superman to start ballooning up and huge gut full of liquids. He drank them. Apparently, drank them all. Though dumping him in the river would still poison the river, I think.
I know. I assumed he was like just gonna do the thing where you like suck out of a hose and then it goes up. But then I was like, oh wait, then he'd be poisoning the shared water, so that would be bad.
But who puts gas in the Batmobile? Come on, guys.
That's true. That's true.
Robin does. And then the last page, of course. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And they even called him by his proper name. So I don't know if that means DC is going back to his proper name, or if W. Maxwell Prince was just like, screw it, I'm calling him what he should be called.
Next issue, Marvel as Captain Marvel contains Superboy through the paired predicaments of pubescence and play park peril. It's good alliteration.
It's a good alliteration. I mean, like the conceit of this little Superman mini series is so perfectly suited for this creative team of Maxwell W. Prince and Martin Morazzo. Like, Ice Cream Man is so unsettling and sprawling in the types of stories that it can tell. I love that they've gotten to be on that book for as long as they have, but they clearly have these wonderful skills to explore other aspects, and it's great to see them excel at telling superhero stories. I definitely had to like check 4 pages in to make sure this was a Black Label book, because what are the continuity boundaries? But yeah, it's just such a wonderful Silver Agey thing. There's a love for something in Ice Cream Man, like Twilight Zone-esque type storytelling or something. And it's neat to see them have that same kind of tongue-in-cheek reverence for something in this series, and that reverence is for Silver Age comics. Like, they seem to have a love and reverence for it.
Yeah. Excellent stuff.
Yeah. I think Chemo was even maybe created to be a Metalman villain. That seems to fit.
Ooh.
And it's cool Doc Magnus is in this before he's created the Metalman.
And that final page is so roamed out. Yeah, getting Captain Marvel.
I turned that page and saw Captain Marvel there. I was like, oh my God, this is instantly, next issue is going to be instant 10.
And is it just me, or does Lois look either a whole lot like the actress who plays her in the new movie, or maybe Scully? On that last page.
I am always thinking about Gillian Anderson a little bit. Yeah, my favorite line of dialogue this week was from this issue, and it is, there is no data set in this universe that I can't tame into an organized grouping of columns and tabs. That's very, very good. I'm going to give Kryptonite Special number 2 a 9.
A 9 from the Jeff.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good. I am going to give it I'm going to give it a 10. And Roman, I'm going to set you up here. What do you give it?
I'm going to go to 10.
10 from Romy.
Yeah.
That seemed like a gimme for a Romy 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to give the next issue a 10 as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Court Children of the Round?
What?
Yeah. Court Children of the Round, Roman. 10.
Yeah.
Wow, I've already got it plugged in.
10. Okay, he's
plugged. Kind of surprised.
Court Children of the Round Table from DC Comics #1 by Tom Taylor and art by Danielle Di Nicuolo.
Whoa. I forgot the word table on my tag here.
Yeah, because I've been referring to it as Children of the Round.
It's a little audio gag for everybody here.
Yeah, but not to think that we slack on visual gags. Big visual gag friends here. Roman, I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this because you were a big fan of the Boom series Once and Future put out by the purview of Philip Sablik. And that was an Arthurian legend, sort of modern day comic book story. And it was a lot of fun. I dug it. This is in the DC universe. We are introduced to a group of kids. And it reminds me in setup a little bit of the Tom Taylor series 7 Secrets, which was sort of like everybody's got their own unique power in these briefcases. And there's all these different kind of organized positions of power. And this felt like an interesting blend of, Arthurian legend, which is kind of old head stuff by Roman, and also a very modern, almost manga-esque, anime-esque kind of young kid action adventure. And I'm curious how people felt about it. Roman, I was particularly curious about your opinions on this because you love Arthurian legend and you do love, you have a reverence for kid stories at times. You can love Teen Titans and stuff you like as an adult, a children's television program.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
And definitely at times, I did have to keep reminding myself this is an all ages book. Because I liked it. It's good for an
He's gone.
It's good for an all.
It's good for an all ages book.
Django, and I didn't read it, but I love Tom Taylor, and I just didn't bring it home for some reason. So
here's a question for you. We got two Romans. Did you read any of does this Knights of Camelot or something? Where does Arthurian stuff tie into the DC universe?
I can't. The only thing I can think of that had Arthurian stuff specifically from DC was Camelot 3000, but that's different than this. That was an Elseworlds kind of deal.
Corvus says Camelot 20,000, $29.99. Roman, was there what is DC and Camelot stuff?
Well, yeah, like Django said, the Camelot 3000 series from the 80s, but that was in the future. The Shining Knight was in Arthurian times originally. They got bumped forward, but they don't. There's elements of it they use, like Merlin, of course, with the demon and Jack Kirby and all that, and not the Lady in the Lake, but the sorceress, she's the original. I can't remember her name.
Start with an M.
Madame Xanadu.
I don't know.
Is that it? I think she was the original Lady in the Lake, but they haven't done all 12 knights in a story that I can think of in current DC time.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's a blind spot in my mind, where this kind of fits in, what the hole in DC continuity this is filling that I'm not aware of. But it seems like it has a reason to exist there. All that said, I like Tom Taylor's writing a lot. This does remind me a fair amount of Seven Soldiers. Like I said, he's good at kind of setting up this action adventure, kind of all ages story. But yeah, I'm not sure the length of the legs for it, for me at least. What about you, Romy?
6-issue run. You got this.
That's safe. Yeah, that's a safe one.
I can do
Morgana,
it for 6 issues.
Craig said.
Yeah, I'm a little undecided. I'm not a. I mean, the art's fine, but I'm not a huge fan of it, which is weird because I like manga, but I sometimes don't like combining a manga influence into a regular, like American style DC comic. It's a little off-putting for me.
It might be racist. I'm not sure.
No, it's not. It's definitely
just
not.
Kidding.
And one of the problems I have with the art actually is like I can't tell how old are these kids supposed to be. Are they middle schoolers, elementary school?
Probably junior high school age. You know, there is, like we said, definitely a manga influence. Obviously, those protagonists are usually, you know, younger than you would expect. I do like that they've got a dog with them. That's very good.
That's cool. That's cool. They do. I mean, of course, it does the thing. One of my own personal pet peeves: the giant weapons that
Django's a big fan,
and these kids shouldn't be able to pick up, and yet they somehow do.
I
got to get over that.
Thinking about the size of the weapons, but you know, like the big powerful sword in the stone, like it's magic. That's if whoever can pick it up should be able to pick it up, right?
Well, sure, but Excalibur's never been a giant sword. It's just an awesome looking regular sword.
Well, Django, you like your universe.
Django, does hearing that there are enormous swords in this make you less inclined to read it?
Nothing you guys have said other than when I said Tom Taylor has made me want to read this.
Yeah.
But I think, if I'm not wrong, this is a couple of our employees' favorite comics right now that came out, right? Like Logan was super into it.
Yeah. I think I actually haven't gotten a chance to talk to Logan about reading it. I just know they were super, super excited about it because we're all big Tom Taylor fans. But yeah, I'm very excited to hear the other opinions about it. I also didn't finish Seven Secrets, and I am very curious how that story evolved and ended, and if it was a satisfying end. And that'll kind of make me want to read this more. The Tom main Taylor, guy that looks like Captain America is kind of a jerk.
Yeah. That sounds right. That means that he's going to meet his dad and you're going to feel for him at some point. Tom Taylor has surprised me almost every time. Like every time I pick up a book that I'm like, yeah, I don't care about this setup, but I'll give this guy a shot again. It's usually something that I really like. So
DC Zombies, boo. Roman, what's your score for it?
Oh, I love this one kid that he's just, oh, come on, mine's just a stick.
Yeah.
Because that kid, a stick, he's got to have Merlin's. The stick must be related to Druidism and Merlin, and he's going to be Merlin, which maybe is the most coolest. Boy, I'll give it an 8 for the writing.
Felix pointed out in the chat that Logan, amazing Logan at the Comics Place in Bellingham, Washington, is determined to sell every copy of this series, of this issue of this series. So we did get a lot. So if you could help us out, that'd be real good.
Me not reading it and this review. Good luck, Logan. I'm sorry. Roman just gave it an 8.
I'm going to go 8.5. I think it's good. I liked the characters. I think you got to know them all appropriately, like the right amount for them. It is like the first 2 episodes of a new anime watching it. Like you're more importantly is meeting these characters and getting a vibe for their personality, and more slowly are you kind of getting the rollout of what the story is about. And that seems much more like a common way of that story being told in manga and anime than Western comics. So, it's always interesting to see, like Roman said, the combination of anime and manga influences in Western comics, and it doesn't usually seem like they hit it out of the park, but there's always opportunity to. So I'm excited to see this.
Nice. Woo! I guess I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up and read it.
Transformers number 24 is only worth mentioning because every single issue has been worth mentioning. This is the final issue of Daniel Warren Johnson's run on this book. Jorge Corona did the art in it. He did probably half of the issues in this series. His art is fantastic. The whole thing, they don't do enough pomp and circumstance about this whole thing. Like, it's a big deal. Daniel finished his arc on this book that like revitalized a franchise that in the 12 years I've been at the shop hasn't experienced, much of this acclaim at all. So it's very, very impressive. As a Transformers fan, I love it. There is some amazing full circle moments that happen in here that I didn't even see coming. There was a really great sort of arc of Starscream's whole story throughout these 24 issues, and a wonderful moment at the end here. It was just really, really fantastic. Robert Kirkman has huge shoes to fill taking this over at issue 25 next month. I think he's up to the task, but it's crazy that Daniel is done, and I hope that he knows how great this was for all of us Transformers fans. It's truly been nice to have a wonderful Transformers comic, and we're getting people coming into the shop getting it that I've never seen before, that are huge Transformers fans, that have never come in off the street to get Transformers comics in the past. So, Roman, I'm curious, did you stick with this book to the end?
I'm afraid I didn't. I dropped off
No worries.
5 or 6 issues ago.
What were you going to say, Janky?
I was just going to say, like, can we study the phrase Robert Kirkman has huge shoes to fill?
Yeah.
That's an insane thing to say in earnest.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's so good. And to have us be questioning his ability to follow up another writer is awesome for Daniel Warren Johnson.
It's awesome. But like when you compare like Void Rivals and this, and like the contribution to the Energon universe between the two. Yeah. So I gave Transformers number 24 F it. We'll go 10, and yeah, as a series, you know, it's got to be 9.5 or 10. It's incredible that this existed.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a good score. Good job, everybody involved in Transformers.
Django, tell them a story. I need to get some water. My voice.
Oh boy. A story. Roman, we're going to talk about the time that I was recently in Denver, and I got to visit a couple of stores.
The Mile High City.
The Mile High City with Mile High Comics, which I didn't have a chance to visit. But I did have a chance to go see Time Warp Comics in Boulder, which is a shop that used to be a Mile High Comics shop, and has got detached from Mile High eventually, and then has recently been purchased by our friends Kelly and Dottie. And wow, and now Roman's gone also. So Kelly and Dottie bought this store, and I got to visit that. That was awesome. I got to see, good one, Jeff. Good one.
Roman disappeared while I was gone, and Django just had to fill time alone.
Just had to talk.
It's like that scene in Wayne's World where Garth gets stuck with like the bad guy. Wow, that was funny.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Kelly and Dottie. I love those guys.
Yeah, got to see Kelly and Dottie, and got to also hang out at Hall of Justice in Denver. If you're ever in Denver, I would put Hall of Justice in like the top 3 most impressive stores that I've been in Colorado.
Top 3 Colorado stores.
Yeah, pretty awesome stuff.
Hey Django, did you get wet with the Punisher #1 Red Band? We got a new Red Band book this week, folks.
Buddy, I did. I read the Punisher #1.
And I know Roman did as well, with a cover by Marco Cicchetto, who I feel like I first saw on the Greg Rucka Punisher book, and he did all the covers on it as well. So this looks like that book. I've been trying to get Django to read that book for like years, but it doesn't ever come through the store.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's collected really.
Yeah, it's a good one. So this is a new Red Band book. The Red Band Roman is gone again. He's gonna get scolded so bad for all this.
I'm done scolding him. I'm gonna cut him.
Yeah, cut him. He's gone for the last 15 minutes.
No, I mean with a knife. Later tonight, I'm gonna go knock on his door. And I'm gonna introduce him to Slicey. I'm gonna introduce him to Mike and Ike.
Roman, you are a machine.
I don't know. My tech can't handle this. I'm operating off my hotspot, and my phone almost died. I had to plug it in, and now it's super hot. My computer, the exhaust fan is blowing, and I keep getting kicked out.
We're gonna catch that guy's house on fire. I'm not even gonna have to cut him.
Yeah. Felix will take your place next time.
Okay.
Okay. So this Punisher, the Red Band stuff's been coming out for a year or so now. It started with that Wolverine Revenge book. I think it's a really cool idea, and there have been certain ones coming out that don't seem to necessarily warrant the Red Band treatment. And there have been other things that have come out non-Red Band that are very violent, like Spider-Man Predator and stuff that should have been Red Band. So I think that the effort behind it could use a little bit more intention. That said, this is a perfect use of the Red Band stuff. It is incredibly violent and gory. It should be Red Band. It is. It feels like we're getting a more adult comic as a result of the existence of the Red Band thing. So I really like that aspect of it. There's like a 9-year-old in me that's always like, yeah, is it going to be like really violent? Because I think I want to check it out.
Okay. There might be something wrong with me because I didn't really notice the violence until we were just talking about it.
The first page is just like blood and dripping blood all over a face.
Yeah, but it's just blood. Like there's no gore.
It's a lot of deep blood.
You are not wrong at all. I think I'm wrong, and I think there's something wrong with I.
It's very well, I think I know what you mean, Django. I mean, because it's it's a Punisher book, and after Garth Ennis, I mean, I kind of expect that of a Punisher book. There's guys' brains on the ground there. Well, yeah, okay.
We've seen the meat hooks are awesome.
The northern crest of Frank Castle's butt.
What? How
is that part of the Red Band, you think?
When he's naked in the shower and we get the northern crest of Frank Castle's buttock.
Sorry, Jeff. I missed it the first time.
There's
northern
your Red
crest.
Band. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is your classic Punisher. Punisher's got amnesia. Uh-oh.
I love it.
Up, surrounded by a whole bunch of really, really dead people covered in theirs and his blood, and he doesn't know who he is, but he's got all of that sort of intrinsic long-term memory stuff, muscle memory of murdering the crap out of people that he's still able to do. So, yeah, it is a cool, it feels like that's been a movie and stuff of the muscle memory of being a killer.
It's called The Bourne Identity.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also Benjamin Percy. So he's just the Marvel super violent writer.
Here, have these guys and make somebody get gutted.
Yeah. Can you use a garrote? Use a garrote. I can get a garrote into a story with anybody. Don't worry about it.
I'm getting more into Tombstone
because of all that Spider-Man stuff.
And just like this, the way he tortures this guy is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was brutal.
His costume's cool. His face is grosser now, or at least grosser in this than it is in other stuff. So is there a non-Red Band version of this?
No.
So it's just Red. Okay. I like that better than
Me too.
The Red Band, sometimes Red Band, not sometimes.
Me too. Totally.
Because it gives us one universe and it lets them do really gross stuff.
And it also feels like if you've got the Red Band and non-Red Band, if you're reading the Red Band, nothing of extreme consequence can ever happen in the moments that are super adult because the story needs to be able to exist in a not Red Band format. So it should either be all in or not.
It's it's like my great uncle always used to say.
I remember.
Hang dong if you mean it. Marvel.
And
I'd like a vote for the northern crest of Frank Castle's turkey neck.
Is that uncle still with us?
No.
That man, R.I.P. That man knew when and how long to hang a dong for sure.
Yeah. And the top or bottom, what part?
Yep, exactly. Punisher books. Yeah, Roman.
It's funny, Jeff, you mentioned the
butt.
And the cinematic quality of that, and that I thought it was a cute little thing. This sequence where he's in the bathroom in the tub and pulling slugs out of his shoulder and stuff. Then it has and makes her sew him up. That's that's a exact sequence from the beginning of Punisher season 2.
Oh,
except it's in a hotel room with I forget her character, the young teenage character he tries to save.
Huh.
Guys, at the end of this, we got somebody pushing a big old wagon full of body parts, just hacked off body parts, Django.
Yeah, that was
It's a good thing you're not raising kids right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
They would get
I'd be showing them
up.
the northern crest of Frank Castle's butt.
Yeah.
Oh, the decapitations and the body parts.
Yeah.
Okay, I caught up.
Yeah, there you are.
Here I am.
Punisher is a character that I don't enjoy a comic because it's a Punisher comic, but sometimes great writers write Punisher comics that are fantastic. Mm-hmm. And so I check them all out. This one is good in the story and the art and the execution. No pun intended, execution. Thank you.
No pun
Thank you.
intended.
Okay, that wasn't as good, but it was.
My uncle used to say that too.
But
nope, I hit the wrong button.
I liked that one though. That's a really pretty series of sounds. But all of that to say, this story featuring the Punisher is a very exciting jumpstart to a new series written by somebody who I enjoy a lot and filled with garrots, butt crests, and decapitated heads. So all of that is why I would want a Punisher comic, unless you gave me one in Vietnam. Those are actually my favorites, but maybe we'll go.
We've had really good Punisher for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? Was it who wrote the one with oh god, never mind.
Jason Aaron, when he was like the fist ninja guy.
That was good, but even before that, there was
Platoon
the run of 12. The Platoon was great. Even before that, there was the run of 12.
War Machine,
that had
Rosenberg?
No, right before the Rosenberg one, I think. I like the beginning of the Rosenberg or the middle of the Rosenberg, but was it Gail Simone or Kelly?
Oh, yeah. It was not Becky Cloonan.
Yeah. Just with awesome art throughout and
like Joshua
really good
Middleton
stories.
Art at times. Yeah.
Yeah, it was spectacular. I think there was even didn't
train sequence
Greg Smallwood did some of it.
Yeah, sorry, that's who I meant, not Middleton. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we've just had a long run of good Punisher books. So
yeah. Lucky us. What do you give this one, Big Aces?
I got an 8.5 on the Richter scale.
I'm going 9 because I'm not scared.
9. Roman, did you read this or are you still reading it?
No, I read it.
What do you give it?
Kingpin's all nasty. I love the nasty Kingpin.
Oh, I love the kind of Frank Miller-esque Kingpin.
Yeah. I get an 8.5.
Listen, anytime the Kingpin is being a dick in a confessional, I'm sold.
Yeah. Listen, friends, your mom told us that we need to be out of here by 8:30, and we do not want to overstay our welcome lest we upset your mother. But before we go, we got to talk about DC Comics All In Batman #1, which did definitively come out last week. This is the first issue in the new Batman main running series by Matt Fraction, who has done amazing things like Sex Criminals and Young Avengers. That was Kieran Gillen. Sex Criminals and Casanova and a ton of other books that I'm just blanking on right now.
Lots of good stuff.
I stumbled on that Kieran Gillen part, but he did a great X-Men run. But anyway, he's such a unique voice in comics. Matt Fraction has a very unique voice. So I'm incredibly excited to have him starting Batman. My cover's better though, Django. It's Frank Quitely.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm a waste of whatever holds on my skin.
This is continuing Jorge Jimenez on art.
You can argue with it. You can say, no, buddy, you're not a waste of whatever holds on your skin.
Oh, okay,
we both really like you a lot. It's cool.
Right.
I'm glad that it's holding on your skin.
I didn't even know what you were getting at. You're like, you could argue. What can we argue about, big guy?
I didn't quite understand it. So
yeah.
But of
Django,
course, want your skin to hold on.
Thanks.
No one here is a bigger Batman fan than you. Good. So what do you think?
I thought it was really good. I enjoyed the I'll put that cover up. Yeah. See, this is why our dear listeners should be watchers.
It's why they should be watching, and it's also why Django maybe seems not entirely with it some seconds. It's because he's out like putting photos together and loading in scores and cropping images and pivot tabling.
Okay, so this is apparently this is going to be a bunch of not necessarily long stories. So we're supposed to get a lot of kind of one and done kind of stuff. And I'm totally into that. I like the idea of some monsters of the week with a larger thing happening in the background. This kind of does some of the Hawkeye stuff.
Yeah, Hawkeye. Yeah.
Which was another book that he did, where we've got, like a description of the Batwing, exactly what his gadgets are. I mean, I've got big feelings about the Batman world right now, and I appreciate that he's not kind of pushing some of the stuff that I don't like as much aside,
for sure,
but he's not focusing on it. And I feel like a lot of the Chip Zdarsky stuff was, kind of into the idea that Vandal Savage was the commissioner. And this has it in there, but it's not a main focus. And I hope it continues to not be a main focus, because I don't really care about that end of things as much as I care about Batman solving crimes and doing good.
Yep, I totally agree. At this, and being kind of one and done stories throughout it allows it to be focusing on the parts that we like without needing continuing stories forward for like creating a continuity that's going on with it. Like that doesn't always need to be the case. In fact, DC Comics was the one that like didn't follow a strict continuity and allowed things to kind of exist. Another great example of him changing the tone is that like Alfred is in this, and I didn't get what was going on until I finished it. And I was like, oh, it's like an AI Alfred.
It's a hologram. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that aspect. And again, I do love the Silver Age of comics, and this Batman has been super grim and kind of a slog at times in the main series over the last couple of years. So some return to a lightheartedness is really exciting for me. Roman, what did you think about this last week? Do you remember?
I remember I liked it. I don't remember any real details. I remember being confused because I thought, speaking of ex-Commissioner Gordon, I thought he was a detective now, private detective, but no, he's a beat cop.
Good for him. Rising the ranks.
Yeah, but I didn't remember him going back to the police force.
It happened between the panels here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Between the panels. That would be a good name for a podcast about comics.
I really like smiling Jim Gordon while he looks at his coffee.
Yep.
That warms my heart like it's warming his hands.
And like we've talked about the change in focus with Matt Fraction as the writer, but the first panel in this book with Jorge Jimenez art is just this amazing half-page image of Gotham City. And like the sun is setting and the building is kind of dividing the city in half. And on one side, you see the sun-bathed homes and like where the, affluence or money is in this town. And then the other half of it is the shadowed. You see Wayne Towers with like the bat cowl in it and like crime alley looking stuff. And it's just like all of the sophistication and, complexity that is Gotham City distilled into one image. And I think it's just a phenomenal illustration to start this run.
Yeah. And later on, we get sort of the Blade Runner Times Square look of the city. It's the colors really make the art for me here.
Yeah, bat and blue.
It's got a real, I guess, it feels like the Denny O'Neil, Norm Brayfogle era to me. And that's probably partly the one and dones, but it's also a little bit the art and just the kind of the A plot, B plot, C plot that seems to be going on here. And I really like that.
The page that has like the shot of him at the very end, like sitting there with one of his boots on and off. And it's kind of like a preview image. This new logo that they're using that's right above his head there, I do love it. It reminds me of the Bat logo. Kind of reminds me of like the one with it's like the pulp homage with like the castle in the background with like his figure. But like the logo 70s. Where it's kind of got his head on top and like it spells Batman in his cape. And I just love it. It's got some red.
Totally.
Oh, so good. So this is very exciting.
This issue made me wonder how they're going to bring Alfred back when they finally do.
Yeah.
I haven't been mad that Alfred's gone, but I miss him.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Batman will be better when Alfred's gone. And the police commissioner is just a normal jerk instead of a Vandal Savage jerk.
Yeah, it is bizarre. I don't think any of us assumed when Alfred died that it was going to be this long that we'd be without him.
I've been sure that they were going to reboot the universe just because of that for about 5 years now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 10. F it.
Dang, I'm going to 10 from Jeff and a 9.5 from Django.
Yeah.
And Rome Doggy.
And a 9 from me.
Yeah.
9 from Roman.
That's an average of 9.5.
That is an average of 9.5.
Wow.
I know we want to get out of here.
Yeah.
What
do it? Can I mention before we
do it?
Before we get out of here, just I won't review it or anything, but if you want some more great Alfred moments, story, this week's issue of Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman #4 is surprisingly a wonderful Alfred story.
Okay, I haven't read it yet, but clearly I need to.
It's worth it.
I just want to give a really quick shout out to the new Brian K. Vaughan book.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's Spectators. It's a hardcover. I listened to a podcast that he was on recently, and the size of this hardcover is smaller than you think, which is kind of cool. It's basically he was like, well, I wonder if people don't read comics because they're a size that they're not familiar with, which I really like him having that thought. Him, Brian K. Vaughan, who made Private Eye, which is impossible to store anywhere in any place.
Yeah.
But this is interesting. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say that it's basically a conversation between ghosts in the future, and they're kind of voyeuristic ghosts looking at people doing things. Horny voyeuristic ghosts. By the way.
Even more interested now.
Yeah. Felix said, flipped it open and immediately saw a Wang. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Feaster knows.
I will say that I read the first 4/5 of this in public in a restaurant, and there is blood and guts.
That's a guy that likes wings. That's what the server said.
Full penetration.
Excellent.
It's very graphic, and about halfway through the book, they're having this conversation about like the difference in media with sex and violence, and how some people let kids see violence but not sex. And I realized that the graphic sex scenes is what I was hiding from my server in a bar in a 21 plus restaurant, that we can all see that stuff, and I was still a little bit bashful about it. So I read it. It's really good. It's really interesting, and I realized that it embodies a lot of things that I dislike. It's almost like the equivalent of two characters just walking around a Mobius strip for 250 or 300 pages. I'm going to dock it half a point for that, but it gets a 9.5 from me.
Okay. Hell yeah. I'm really excited to read it, but graphic novels always are at the back of my stack on a week of comics.
Yeah.
Especially right now, I'm behind on like 3 weeks of comics. So I'm trying to catch up.
This is big and burly, but it's not a huge investment.
I got a copy here to read. Can't wait.
I think you're going to dig it.
Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out in the chat with us. Shout out Felix. We're just going to get Felix fully on an episode of the podcast here coming up because he's amazing. Everyone, if you don't know Felix, come to the comic shop and meet him. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us while we get the dust off. Django went to 3 family reunions.
2.5 weeks, 3 family reunions. It was great.
That's a lot. So
Jeff lifted, what do you think? 9,000 pounds?
So many pounds, and just cleared a storage unit out for my mom today. So it's just the continuing party of everything is very continued partying.
You put 2,000 pounds of stuff in your car and took 2,000 pounds of stuff out of your car.
Yeah.
I'll bet you lifted 18,000 pounds that week. I will say by the end of it, it was easier to lift things than it was at the beginning. I owe you a Coke. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. More of a Pepsi guy, frankly, but okay, everybody. Well, thanks so much. You can again shoot us emails and voicemails by recording them and emailing them to jeff@thecomicsplace.com, and then I check them and get very excited when I see that they're all thanks. Yeah, we are excited to see you all next week and get back into the throw of things. Congratulations, Ignition Press, on launching a new comic line. Well done.
Yeah, good comics, good people, good whiskey,
good Roman,
good gimmicks, good Roman. Well, that's 80% of a good Roman.
Yeah,
he's good, but we only got about 80% of it.
Yeah, we really only did get about.
You got the
that's
best.
Generous, actually. Yeah. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Jeff.
I'm Django.
I'm Roman.
Nice outro music. What is it? I had a specific request from Phil to not change the intro music.